Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this episode I am going to show you how to make my salted caramel sauce. Now this isn't just the most delicious sauce ever, but it's really versatile too. I use it for filling macaroons, dripping down cakes, or just eating it from the tub itself, and it's super easy to make. Now for this we're going to need 200 grams of caster sugar, 90 grams of unsalted butter, 120 milliliters of double cream, and a nice pinch of salt. So with this recipe, you can salt it as much as you want. I like it quite salty, so I've got a couple of teaspoons of salt, but you don't have to have as much, or you could put in more if you want. Also, as you've noticed, I'm using unsalted butter, so you can control the amount of salt that you put in. So what you also need for this recipe is a saucepan, a heat-proof spatula. Now that's really important because non-heat-proof spatulas melt because it gets so hot. And also I've got a nice jam jar that I've cleaned, and I've got some boiling water inside because it's sterilizing it, and that's where we're going to put the salted caramel once it's done. So to get started, I'm just going to turn on the heat to a medium-high, and I'm going to put in half the amount of sugar. Now, you can do the whole amount if you want, but it's easier to caramelize if you do it in stages. So just half in and spread it over the base of the pan. And you don't want to stir it. That's number one rule about caramel. If you stay there and keep stirring for ages and ages, you actually crystallize the sugar, and you don't want that. So I'm going to just leave this to almost melt, and just gently shake the pan if you need to move it around. So I can start to see the edges slowly turning into caramel. It's not dark yet, it's still a clear liquid, but if you can see, you could just see it around the edges. So I'm just going to stir it around to mix it in. So also, if you think it's turning too quickly, just turn the heat down because you don't want to burn it. So that's turning really nice and caramelly. So I'm just going to go in with another half of the sugar over the top. And again, swirl the pan to mix it all in. Now just as a warning, caramel is extremely hot, so really be careful. Just going to swirl the pan around, try and mix in all that sugar, and then go in with the last amount. Now here I'm going to slowly turn it with a spatula, so I'm not going to mix it like crazy, but this is just to ensure that it's all mixed in and caramelized evenly. And in goes the salt, straight in. Can you believe that just started from sugar? It's absolutely amazing. Every time I do it, I just get amazed. Okay, so once you've got your caramel, turn the heat down, and you want to go in with the butter all at once, and careful it splashes. And it'll make a sizzling noise, but don't be scared. You want to stir that in straight away. You can see how hot this is as well. So now I've got this on a low heat too, because if it's still high, it will cook quite vigorously. And once that's mixed in, you can go in with the cream. Now this is where it really bubbles, so you want to do it very gradually, because if you pour it all in at once, it will just seize up almost. So as I'm stirring, pour in slowly. There's the bubbly sound. Give it a good stir, just to make sure all those ingredients are nicely combined, and you want to leave it for about 20 seconds to boil through. And you're looking for a rich, dark amber colour. And once you're happy with it, turn off the heat. And now get your jam jar, and I'm just going to pour out the water. And the reason why there's hot water in it, because we want it to sterilize the jar. Just going to give it a clean down. And that means the salted caramel can stay in here for about 2 weeks without going bad. and you can pour this straight into the jar. And what you want to do is leave that to completely cool down until it's cool enough just to touch, because right now it's boiling hot. And if you put the lid on, it almost glues it shut, and you don't want that because you want to get into it quite easily. And honestly, that is how easy it is. So that is my salted caramel. What I would do now is leave it to cool, and then it's almost still loose enough to drizzle down cakes or easy to pipe inside the middle of macaroons, or if you set it in the fridge, it goes nice and hard and you can mix that into truffles, and it's so versatile and also absolutely delicious. You really have to try this out. I'll put all the ingredients in the comments below. Please subscribe to the channel and head over and watch all my other videos to see how I do all sorts of other things to do with cakes. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the sauce as well. I'll see you next time.